Now from politics, Ghanaian PhD students in the United Kingdom are planning a two-day protest over what they describe as prolonged delays in the payment of tuition fees and stipends by the Ghanaian government. The group says the situation has forced some students to withdraw from their programs despite repeated appeals to the authorities. Now joining us via Zoom is Prince Komla Bansah. He's the president of the Ghanaian PhD cohort in the UK. Good evening to you, Prince. Thank you for joining us here on the ChannelOne newsroom. Tell us, how dire is this situation? How dire?
Well, thank you very much. Good evening. If you can hear me, sorry, I'm traveling, so my network might not be very.
It's fine. I can hear you.
And then now approaching. Yeah, and you can also hear there's a noise because I've been waiting for long when there was no noise. So, but as you rightly said, and you are already aware, the situation has not improved. So we are still within that same cataclysmic situation where students are being withdrawn and blocked. At this moment, as you may be aware, the new academic year starts last year, September. But as we speak now, some of the students have not even received their renewal letters. My understanding was that there's a board that has been formed and that the board will sit sometime next month. But you can imagine, so once a student doesn't receive his renewal letter, it means that as we speak now, there are so many students who are no longer considered by their universities as active students. So in addition to that, also is the problem about the payment of the stipend and also the tuition fee, which has been in arrears for so many months. So as I speak to you, even in my school, just yesterday, 2 days ago, I was trying to address an issue about a student who has received an email saying that he's got 7 days for his studentship to be withdrawn because his fees has not been paid. I've received another one from the Mount University. So many instances of students being alerted that their studentship is about to be withdrawn and then they'll be reported to the Home Office. So, I mean, the situation has not changed at all. And it's been 1 year now.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen any practical step towards addressing the situation. And that's why we are back to the ultimate option of protest.
And we're told that some students have already been partially withdrawn.
Oh yes. Some of them are literally even living because the way the situation is now, some of them has been received the withdrawal notices, and if they withdraw you, they report you to the Home Office, and then the Home Office will also take time to now write to you and says you have 90 days or to leave the country. So those who have been withdrawn already, they are waiting for that communication from the Home Office, and then if the payment is not done by then obviously they will have to be deported also in one way or the other. So
Okay.
that information is accurate. Yeah.
This protest, when exactly are you
Our
embarking on
next
this
station
protest,
is.
and what exactly are you hoping to achieve with it?
Yeah, so as you are aware, we have already exhausted all the diplomatic procedures. And so yesterday, we executive committee had a meeting, and then there was an overwhelming support for demonstration. So as a president, I don't have any other option than to ensure that that communication is put out there. And also, the students are geared towards it. So what we want to do basically is to uh, activate the ultimate option, which is the protest, which we intend to do in a couple of days. I think I'll feed you guys with the details of the protest once we decide on the date and then everything. But I think it's going to be in the next couple of days.
By the end of that protest, what do you hope to achieve? Are you expecting the government will begin making the payment?
Yeah, so we have a number of options available. We will discuss that when the date is put out, and some of them, I think, I strongly believe that with because I don't take the decision alone, but what is being whispered into my ear by my executive committee, I think is going to be a huge embarrassment to the state, and we just hope that maybe some action is taken now before those instances begin to play out. And I'm sure we'll share the videos and everything with you. You know, I mean, you can imagine students, potentially mounting tent at the British Parliament, just sleeping there for, just because they don't have a place to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
How is that going to sound in Ghana? So, I mean, we have gotten to that tipping point basically. So, hopefully, the government, because we know that they are supposed to release some money this first quarter.
Yeah.
But the reality is that students have already received numerous notification of withdrawal. So, and payments and elected officials, they receive their payment monthly. And so if the situation is a very urgent one and they cannot release the money now for them to address the situation, I mean, I don't know. I just really don't know how um, our authorities are really treating, because it's a very serious situation.
Okay.
Every now and then I get calls from students, and then we are trying to provide support, but the support is not sufficient, and so it's just within our limit, because sometimes we have to call the university, speak to the university, but the university is not ready to listen, because they said the GSS is notoriously known for being defaulted on that. So that is where we are at the moment.
Finally, Komla, before you go, there's a new High Commissioner. I'm sure you've been engaging her. What has she been telling you?
We don't engage her. We wrote to her. We petitioned her the last time, and then my understanding was that she wasn't happy because the media was discussing the issue. So
Okay.
she never got back to us. And then, but you and I know that she was also in the media saying different thing altogether. And so I don't know. And that petition that was sent to her was copied to the media anyway. So it's not as if something that is this is. So she's not been in touch with her. She has not
Okay.
spoken to me. She has not spoken to our distance. So any communication out there that she's engaging anybody, she's not engaging anybody. That's the truth. That's just the reality. Nobody is making any effort to address the situation. And we have gotten to a point where we can no longer hold any brief for anybody. So that's basically what it is.
All right. Grateful to you.
Thank you
That
very much.
was Prince Komla Bansah. He is the president of the Ghanaian PhD cohort in the